Do you know, I talked about this building in a previous video. I hyped it up. They haven't even started it. Most people think they understand Sarasota after they see the beach, but the beach really isn't actually what built this city. If you really want to understand Sarasota, you start here. This is Palm Avenue, and something interesting happens when visitors walk this street. They come for a vacation, but they leave thinking about living here. I've said it before, and I'll keep on saying it. Life downtown can be so energizing. Palm Avenue runs north and south through the western side of downtown Sarasota. 1 block west is the Bayfront, the marina, and open water. 1 block east are restaurants and cafes along Main Street. This is very interesting. So Tamiami Trail, US 41, starts here. Well, no, goes by here. This is where Palm Avenue starts. And then on the other end, it loops back around and you hit Tamiami Trail again. Somebody was smart there, how they planned that out. We're gonna walk the whole street.
So this will probably be something exciting too.
This will be something, probably condos, that people will be very upset about, but could be also very exciting because this is a fabulous location. So, you know, I never hate it until I see it. Unless they're tearing something beautiful down, then I get upset.
All right. And the Palm Avenue locals get to do what?
Protest?
Selby Gardens across the street.
Oh, Selby Gardens, right across the street. And look, there's a little cafe. They have a little restaurant there. Look, the parking garage that everybody hated so much and was protesting against.
It's very controversial.
Very controversial. If you are coming to Sarasota, if you live here, if you vacation here and you have not been to Selby Gardens, I highly encourage you to go. It is lovely. I should have brought my sunglasses. Yikes! So this street sits right between the city and the water, and that geography is not accidental. You're in the middle of downtown, but it doesn't feel hectic. So the Adagio, another fantastic condo building, is going to be put up right here on the corner of Palm and Ringling. Stay tuned. So we're starting at the southern end near the Church of Redeemer. A church may seem like a small detail, but it tells you something important. This wasn't built as a tourist strip. It was built as a community. Downtown Sarasota was always meant to be lived in. Don't film me, film that. As you walk north, the street becomes quieter and more intimate. The buildings sit close to the sidewalk, storefronts are smaller, and you naturally slow down instead of rushing. That's because this part of downtown developed before cars dominated city design. In the early 1900s, Sarasota began attracting winter residents who were artists, performers, and patrons of the arts. One of the most influential was John Ringling, the circus magnate who chose Sarasota as his winter home. But he didn't just live here. He invested heavily in creating a cultural city. Theaters, performances, art, and architecture. Palm Avenue grew right alongside that period. So the galleries and creative spaces you see here today aren't a modern addition. They're a continuation of what Sarasota was deliberately becoming over a century ago. In the 1920s, this street centered around the Miramar Hotel. Visitors staying in Sarasota didn't just spend every day at the beach. Evenings meant walking into town, meeting neighbors, attending performances, and gathering along Palm Avenue. Palm wasn't created as a shopping street, it was created as a social street. Today, the Miramar is actually being redeveloped as residential again, with an effort to respect its history and bring back some of that original Sarasota character. Have you noticed that in the last year they've opened a lot of boutiques here on Palm? Have you noticed?
Well, there's a reason for that.
How come?
Because this building finished their reconstruction.
That is true. That is true. There was a really cool antique store there, Burke Antiques. They moved out. They put a gallery there. I think it's in preparation for the Miramar too. Going to have a lot more people here, a lot more residents that will, you know, just walk around up and down Palm Avenue and shop.
But you know who owns this little section right here?
Yes, I do know. Mr. Sugar.
Oh, let's find his logo. It's right over here.
Mr. Sugar. And there's still more space. So if someone here who's listening is looking to open more space, like maybe a fabulous coffee shop or something, more space. I say this will become prime location once the Miramar is up. Oh, I mean, doesn't get better than this. In a way, the street is returning to what it was always designed to be, a place where people actually live, not just visit. The Demarque is another example of how Sarasota changes without completely erasing its past. The building is new, but the historic facade was preserved, so Palm Avenue would still feel like Palm Avenue. The city grows, but the street keeps its identity. Can I just tell the people, this section right here is what is still, and again, very much the artsy section of Palm Avenue. Galleries, art shops, art classes. If you like the arts, you'll appreciate this section of Palm. The next intersection is the intersection that actually matters. Here, Palm Avenue crosses Main Street, one of the central points of downtown. And you can feel the transition. South Palm feels almost like a village. North of Main becomes more active. This corner of Palm and Main has been a hotel since the 1890s. And in 1925, the Hotel Sarasota opened here, often called Sarasota's first skyscraper during the Florida land boom. Main and Palm. Don't ramble. As Sarasota evolved, downtown expanded around this intersection. Buildings like the 1350 Main became part of a new chapter when people began returning to live in the city center again after decades of suburban growth in Sarasota. So North Palm now shows you everyday life. Morning coffee, lunch meetings, dinner after sunset. It's still very walkable and calm, but now you feel the rhythm of a real neighborhood instead of a visitor district. This is where many visitors begin picturing themselves actually living here. I love Palm Avenue Deli. I love it, love it, love it. Come here in the morning, get a bagel, New York bagel, and a cup of coffee with vegetable cream cheese. It is to die for. I know, but it is good coffee. It really is. I'm not making this up. And this is the Art Ovation. Places like Art Ovation keep the arts connected to daily life. Events, exhibits, performances spill into the street and keep downtown active beyond business hours. With on-site art installations and performances and workshops, they attract guests and locals alike. Always something cool happening here. Lots of exhibitions. Oh, if you like the arts, you'll come here. Maybe you'll stay here if you're visiting. It's a great hotel right on Palm. And just ahead of us is Florida Studio Theater. The building dates back to 1915, and it was built as the Sarasota Women's Club and even hosted the city's early library for a while. More than a century later, people still gather here for performances. That tells you that Sarasota's cultural identity wasn't added later. It was always part of the plan. If you don't feel Sarasota history on Palm Avenue, then I don't know. Then I don't know what to say. This is the most iconic, historical, charming street in all of downtown. And you could live here. You could live here. Lots and lots of residential opportunity. The Francis Carlton, for example. Ah, the Francis Carlton. Buildings like this exist here because some buyers aren't just looking for a vacation property. They're looking for a lifestyle with history. They walk to dinner, the theater, and coffee, and feel part of a place instead of just staying in one. Can I talk about the Francis Carlton for a second? My favorite building in all of downtown. Well, yes, that's where my heart sings. It was built in 1924. It's iconic. It has 20 residences, well 19 because one is a double unit. It's so iconic, it's historic, it's protected, it's in the National Registry. Just the most darling units in there. I would love to keep rambling, but Keith always, yells at me.
No rambling.
How do you know that?
It's just lovely.
How do you know it's got 4 units?
What do you mean? How do you not know?
Exactly. And it's vacant and it's a shame. And then there's this little guy that's an Italian restaurant.
This is a restaurant?
This is an Italian restaurant.
That is...
People have very mixed opinions.
about
I
this
have not
restaurant?
been. I have not been. I don't know. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. And that's the end of it. And guess what's behind me? Tamiami Trail, US 41. Palm Avenue ends at Tamiami Trail, or also called US 41, but its story continues through downtown Sarasota. The beach may bring people here, but streets like this are why many of them stay. If you visit Sarasota, walk Palm Avenue slowly. You'll understand what I mean.
All you have to say is Main and Palm. Don't ramble.